Fraser Valley, red hot right now in the Canada West Pacific Division standings at 4-1-2. UNBC, of course, tied for the last playoff spot with Trinity Western at the 3-4-2 mark, while Fraser Valley is sitting at third and 4-1-2. And pretty big weekend here is to preview this weekend's games on SD57 Day as well as Natsulik Day tomorrow. Here's UNBC's Wyatt Lyon.
Our playoff hope is alive, and yeah, I mean, it's down to it now. I think at this point nothing's guaranteed whatsoever, and I think we just kind of have to focus on the next game and just picking up points where we can. Well, I mean, it's great. I'm not used to getting points, but this season has been nice, and but a great group to do it with. I mean, they're a good team. You've seen the results this year. They can score, they can play, and yeah, it'll be a tough matchup for sure, but I think we'll be ready for it. Yeah, I think it's a great game to look forward to. I mean, the atmosphere is interesting. It's a bunch of little kids, but I mean, it's loud and it's fun. Yeah, it's great.
So that was Wyatt Lyon of the UNBC Timberwolves. And Morgan, you've played in a couple of these school games with the SD57 kids packing the stands for the vast majority of the contests. And you'll find out pretty quickly up here, you'll be unable to hear ourselves stink up in the booth. But at field level, what's that atmosphere like?
Well, it's pretty incredible, especially coming from SD57, to see all the kids come and support the local teams. It's definitely quite loud on the field, so I can't imagine what it'll be like up here.
Of course, Fraser Valley pretty hot right now in the Canada West men's standings. UNBC 3-4-2. They're right up on the cusp of the playoff race there, as they are neck and neck with the Spartans, and they're going to have to gut one out today, as there's no Logan Pierce due to a concussion sustained against MRU on Sunday. Hagwan Kin got nicked up in the same game against the Cougars, but he's in the lineup today. So very important, I think, for the Timberwolves to play very tight defensively in front of their backup goalkeeper.
Yeah, absolutely. Just keeping that nice composure with Logan being such a staple and out of the lineup, just making sure everything's technically sound.
We take a look at the starting lineups here first for the visiting Fraser Valley Cascades. On the back end, number 2, Carson Muter, number 7, Mateo Brasinia, number 10, Harjovan Sadu, number 11, Kevin Malin, number 12, Brangvir Sadu, number 13, Adriano Consiglio, number 14, Dylan Lane, number 15, Mondo Abay, number 17, Michael Beecroft, number 21, Adam Szymanski, and number 25, Mateus D'Souza. The subs for Fraser Valley, number 5, Isa Martinez, number 9, Dante Colborn, number 16, Joachim Darmasi, number 24, Nathan Servo, number 26, Sloan Hatch, and number 27, Lewis Hebert. So there you have it. We're about 5 minutes away from kickoff here between the Fraser Valley Cascades and the UNBC Timberwolves here in what is a very important weekend. We'll just talked about the standings briefly. We'll show them to you again. UBC a perfect 8-0. Victoria 6-1-2. Fraser Valley 4-1-2. Trinity Western, UNBC tied, and then a big drop-off to Thompson Rivers and UBC Okanagan. In the Prairie Division, though, the T-Wolves pretty much ran the gauntlet with the top 2 teams last weekend on the road. Calgary 7-2, while Mount Royal is 4-1-4. Alberta 4-3-2, Lethbridge 2-3-3. Saskatchewan 2-5-1, and MacEwan is in last place with a record of 0-6-3. The goal leaders across the Canada West Men's Conference, Owen Antoniuk, 9 goals for the Calgary Dinos. Mateo Brezina, the T-Wolves have to keep a close eye on him, with 7 goals on the season for Fraser Valley. Shannon Shonda, 6 goals for Mount Royal. Henry Godbout with 5 for the UBC Thunderbirds. Yasin Gatoni for the Victoria Vikes. He's also got 5, as does Effie Udolo Joshua. Kai Sakaguchi for Lethbridge with 4. And then you got Emmanuel, Dan Adokini, Solomon Area, and Jamie Wildash Chan. A very impressive rookie season for him at UNBC. He's got 4 goals on the season as well. The assist leaders, Finn Marshall of Mount Royal, White Lions second with 5 for UNBC. And then you got Owen Antoniuk, Camilla Cassanda, and Luke Norman, as well as William Mornier and Harjovan Sadu, all clustered up there with 4. And the points leaders, of course, we talked about these names already. Owen Antoniuk, 13 points on the year. Mateo Brazino with 9. Shannon Chanda with 8. Solomon Area, Camilla Casana tied with 7 for the Dinos, and Michael Breecroft with 6. And then a whole slew of others with 6 points as well. So you take a look at the stat boards here, Morgan. Some pretty quality players that the T-Wolves have either played against already or are going up against today with the Cascades.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely some dangerous players to keep your eyes on.
Couple minutes away from opening kickoff here from Masich Place Stadium here in Prince George, and what is a very rainy Friday here. Fall coming in like a lion here by all sorts of things. Temperature dropping to the very low teens here in Prince George and across much of northern BC. So getting our first taste of fall here on this rainy Friday in Masich Place Stadium in Prince George. It's likely not going to get any better tomorrow this is, of course, one of 3 games on the Canada West slate. The other 2, UBC hosting Thompson Rivers and Victoria welcoming the UBC Okanagan Heat. Is right on cue. The kids start to scream as both teams make their way out on the field. Without any further ado, here is your starting 11 for the UNBC Timberwolves. So there you have it. That's your starting lineup for the UNBC Timberwolves as the Cascades and the T-Wolves line up right in front of us here. Fraser Valley in their road green kits, while UNBC will wear their home whites. Would imagine that color scheme will change on Saturday as well, with Natsulik Day right around the corner here at Masich Place Stadium. We talked about how well the T-Wolves are going to have to play defensively against Fraser Valley. What else are they going to have to do against this Cascades team?
Inevitably, you're going to have to get into your team is an important part of being a first year.
See both teams lining up here right across in front of us. As I mentioned, UNBC tied for the 3rd with Trinity Western at a mark of 3-4-2. Fraser Valley at 4-1-2 on the season, and it's been quite the year for the Cascades. I believe they scored 10 goals in their last 2 outings. 2 very impressive wins on the board for them. As we finish up the pregame festivities, you're watching BioSteel Canada West TV from Masich Place Stadium in Prince George. This is the lone matinee game of the day across the Canada West, as we just told you about the 3-game schedule on tap for today. The UNBC women not playing today. They are still looking for their first win of this campaign as well. They had a 1-game weekend against Thompson Rivers last Saturday, which they fell 5-0. They're actually on the island this weekend. My apologies, but now before we get set for today, we got the national anthem, O Canada. Anthem is sung, and we're all set to go here on a Friday afternoon in Prince George. Brendan Pollard alongside Morgan Hollick on the SD57 game. And annual event hosted between the school district as well as the Timberwolves. Should make for a pretty good atmosphere. Obviously the weather isn't as good, and I asked you this off air before we launched the stream here, but you talked about how much hotter the field is when it's warm like this. Is it equally as cold or colder when the temperature drops on the field?
I feel like when it's this moist kind of cold, it just seeps into your bones and sneaks up on you, where you're gonna have to keep yourself moving on the field.
Both teams in their respective huddles here as we went over the starting lineups for both the respective clubs. And, you know, much like last weekend, we're going to have to keep a close eye on the Calgary Mount Royal strikers like the Timberwolves tried to do. They're going to have to do the same against Mateo Brzezinha of the Fraser Valley Cascades. He does have 7 goals on the season for Fraser Valley. So we talked about playing tight in front of Yanni, and that includes keeping number 7 in green in check for the Cascades. And I would imagine, like any start to the game, the first 5-10 minutes going to be very important for the T-Wolves to remain either ahead or even against their opponent. Fraser Valley, of course, one of those teams that can play that wide open style on the men's side of things. So it'll be very important for UNBC to be sharp early, especially on that back line. There's going to be a lot asked of the likes of Wyatt Lyon, Koss Neistat, and of course Charlie Beauvais in the starting 11 as well today. And then of course you got Pippin van der End as well, Hagwon Kim. So you got 4 or 5 options kind of in that back line, or that center back option as we often say too in soccer. So a very sharp effort's going to be needed for that group, and I think head coach Steve Simonson's going to have to be selective on when their backliners are going to have permission to jump up into the play and create some chances as well as be responsible.
Absolutely. It's that fine balance of just, like you said, being responsible on that back line.
So we'll just await the opening kickoff here from a chilly Friday at Masich Place in Prince George. Looks like taking the opening kickoff here will be the Timberwolves. So Fraser Valley likely deferred to the second half. Hagwon Kim, busted up lip and all, is in the starting 11 today as Logan Pierce, as we mentioned off the top of the broadcast, got injured against Mount Royal, suffered a concussion. He's hoping to go next weekend. And we're underway on a Friday morning in Prince George off the opening kickoff here. Talasuna drew it back, and it's going to come to the aforementioned Hagwon Kim as Talasuna gets a return feed. Talasuna wearing gloves on the field, as I'm sure many of the players are, as it's, like you mentioned, going to feel a bit chilly.
Yeah, I always had an extra set of gloves in my backpack as well.
One thing I am thankful for, Morgan, and I'm glad the rain has stopped for now. At least we have the overhang to keep us somewhat warm and dry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Long ball here for Tate, goes off the heel. It rolls out of bounds. So an unfortunate break there for 13 and White as he tried to utilize the speed off the opening shift here. As it's going to be a throw in for the Cascades. It bounces into an open spot. Van der End heads it down. It's going to drift all the way to the far side for Fraser Valley. And the Cascades rush it up far side. Quick little boot intercepted by Talasuna. It's picked up there by Wyatt Lyon. He takes a peek, tries to get it ahead for Tate. He's met there right away by 3 Cascades players. So you see them try to converge on him early, but that should mean other players are open for UNBC. Tate gets it back, takes it off the back heel though, and it comes right back to the Cascades. Kim watches it go right into his feet. He'll chip it back to Yanni Antapis, who's starting today for UNBC, the third-year goaltender out of Prince George. Getting a much-needed start for Steve Simonson. Likely going to get both assignments this weekend due to the injury to Pierce. Talasuna to Neistat. Kim. UNBC just trying to utilize some patience here against this Cascades club. You see Bazinia trying to maybe pinch up and get a matchup in his favor here as the ball comes back to Beauvais. Beauvais back to Talasuna. He's bumped off the ball, gets it back. He's got to be quick with it though. And the T-Wolves will try and work it around. Played up the sidelines. UNBC trying to chip and chase. That's intercepted there by Kevin Mayland. And Fraser Valley will reset from their own back line. End over ender, well over the head of Vander End. It's going to chip right out. He was almost pushed from behind there by Michael Beecroft to maybe force a turnover. Luckily the ball went out of bounds first. And Vander End will throw in here as we've now played 2.5 minutes in this first half. Got a Let's Go T-Wolves chant right behind us here. Maybe you can hear it on the stream wherever you are watching from. Throw in here for Fraser Valley, Mondo Abe. Abe will throw in. Bit of a soft boot there by Kim. It bounces back to Lyon, and the T-Wolves will reset. Tate, watch very closely once again there by the Cascades. And it comes to Talasuna. Talasuna tries to generate some speed. He'll get past his man. That's Mateo Brzezinha. And he'll work it down the far sidelines. Brzezinha, or that's Talasuna, give and go here with the T-Wolves. He's at center field. Shakes and bakes as Talasuna. Watched by two players right in front of him. They'll drift back for a moment. Talasuna still with the ball. And he'll drop it off to Kim. Kim, soft chip to Vander End. Vander End glides along the line. Pass is intercepted. It's chipped there, and it's played back out by the Cascades. It'll be a throw in here for UNBC. As Vander End will do the honors once more. Throw in here. This goes wide as Fraser Valley will get it right by the flagpole here. Throw in. Header is intercepted by Vander End. He goes down. Fraser Valley back in it. Getting checked there is Beecroft. Vander End gets it right back. Back in front for Tate. Tate looking to cross over. And the T-Wolves get it back at center field. Kim twisting back. It comes to Nystad. Kim back on it. Back for Vander End. Vander End goes down with Beecroft. Ref says play on. And the Cascades take it back at center field. Dylan Lee in it for Fraser Valley. Whistle blows, can't hear anything as Talasuna leads it back for the T-Wolves. Comes back just outside the box here for Fraser Valley. Need to give it some stock. You need to get it around something here. Fraser Valley back in it. Don't take it out. Fraser Valley back in it here. Just outside the top of the box. As Antapis will let his defenders bring it out here. Here comes the T-Wolves coming through center field. It's Wildash Chan back to Vander End. Vander End intercepted. Fraser Valley trying to advance. That goes out of bounds again here. Will Tran trying to push ahead, but again, he's stopped up there by a couple of Cascade players. So UNBC just trying to inch up the field here, Morgan. It hasn't been pretty so far, but real estate's been hard to come by for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a quick close down by the UFV.
Oh, and a hard tackle there as you could feel the foot-on-foot contact there coming up the field. That felt painful all the way up here.
Absolutely it did. I could feel it in my own shin.
So no harm, no foul here, as it looks like the T-Wolves player is going to be all right. T-Wolves will try and drive towards the field, but the Fraser Valley Cascades will intercept again. They'll try a stretch pass here, and Tapas will just do a soft little slide in front of Kim, and he'll come up the field here. Lead feed pass to Tate. Tate connects, stays along the line. He's one-on-one. Tate looking to cross over, tries to tap dance around his man. Tate tries to cut in. Ball played up to Talasuna. Talasuna looking to curl drag past his man, Beecroft. A pair of 17s are battling here. Talasuna goes back to midfield. Beauvais. Beauvais, he'll join the rush. He'll tap it back to Kim. Kim. Kim off the boot of Talasuna. He'll chip it back here to the rookie Beauvais. He'll thread the needle. Will Chan tries to converge here on the wing. That's picked up by the Cascades, and Brzezin's in a foot race forward against Neistat. Neistat back to Tapas. Kim. He'll pinch up here with Neistat. Neistat back to Kim. Will Chan back to Beauvais. Pair of first years in a critical situation here deep in their own end, but they work out of it pretty well. Kim finds Tate, straddles the line, gets it back to Kim. He does a tight little turn around Brzezinha, and it comes back to Neistat. So UNBC being very alert with this Fraser Valley attack, especially when Brzezinha's nearby. And you see Beauvais rushing upfield. Reverse heel kick, got to get it quick there as Kim will just plop it into some open field. And fielding the ball for the Fraser Valley Cascades is their goalkeeper, Matthias Mathis de Souza. Souza first year for Fraser Valley. Beecroft on the throw-in. Ball goes out of play, so that should be an easy play here for Yanni and Tapas. They'll play it ahead. UNBC trying to give and go. Talasuna off the boot of Jordan. Comes back to the Fraser Valley back line with it now is Adam Szymanski. High boot over the head of everybody. It's knocked down though by Will Chan defensively. Talasuna watched there by fellow 17 Michael Beecroft. Vander End on the receiving pass of Kost Neistat. Vander End. Back to Tate. Tate gets around his man, tries to go wide. He's in a hand fight forward. He's forced into the end zone. And a tough break there for Tate, who trying to get around Mondo Abe. It was a good battle all the way down the field, but couldn't quite fight for that time and space.
Yeah, just a good composure defensively and just trying to break past by Tate there.
Carson Muter leads the breakout here for Fraser Valley. Dylan Lee. Szymanski back to Lee as Fraser Valley tries to break down the coverage of the Timberwolves. Now played 12 minutes in this first half, still scoreless. Just the one shot on goal has been registered so far. Cascades though with the ball. Pass intercepted by Talasuna. T-Wolves bring it back up the field. On it now for UNBC is Josh Jordan. Jordan having a very good rookie season for the T-Wolves. He's got a handful of goals as well for this club. They try and re-break out here. Talasuna. Good patience. Neistat works it around for Kim. Kim. Sidewinds it for Neistat. Again, UNBC forced to be very patient here with this Fraser Valley team. Shipped there by the Cascades. Wildas Chan back on it for UNBC. Goes off a Cascades player. Intercepted at center field. Vanderen's going to give chase here for UNBC. But playing to it first there is Adam Szymanski. Ball trickles back to Mathis D'Souza. Cascades back on it, far sideline. Good speed showing here. Bit of a gap. Nice close there by Beauvais. Great points here by the first year. You can see why Steve Simonson has him in the lineup.
He's played an excellent composed game, but attacked when he needs to.
Yeah, especially for a first-year player. Beauvais definitely not looking out of place in that starting 11 for UNBC.
Absolutely.
It's the wind picking up again here at Masich Place Stadium. Lyon tries to thread the needle down the middle, almost hit the referee, but there was a good try there by Wyatt Lyon. Hard back here defensively is James Jordan. Bit of a boot headed down there by Kim. Ball finds the feet of Lyon. And he'll lead the charge here for UNBC. Lyon, nicely placed ball. Tate's got a step here, but an even better close there by Abay. Now Tate back to the middle for Lyon. Lyon shakes a check, gets it back for Tate. He'll try and cut towards the middle. Lyon finds some loose field, chips it over the head of a Fraser Valley defender. And trying to keep it in play there was James Jordan. He could not. UNBC gets the ball right back. It's Wildas Chan. Wildas Chan on the give and go, far sideline, pushed off the ball. But UNBC will keep their drive alive here. Long boot. Oh, nice challenge there by D'Souza to challenge the shooter. Get out ahead of him and get a piece of the ball. Kim gets it right back. Vanderen. Draped on him. There is Dylan Lee. Comes back far side. Wildas Chan puts the ball in play. Headed in front over top the crossbar. That was a sharp angle, but a good play there by Wildas Chan. Great sequence by UNBC.
Absolutely. They're playing a well-composed game and just looking for those nice threads into the attacking zone there.
D'Souza will look to settle things down here for Fraser Valley. Mathis D'Souza being tested here in the 16th minute. UNBC trying to find those creases in that Fraser Valley coverage, and they found some on that possession. As now it's Beecroft in transition for the visitors. Beecroft finds the box, back heel saved by Beauvais. He'll kick it out of harm's way. Comes to Vanderen. He'll tap it up to Talasuna. Jordan back to Vanderen. He scored last weekend in Calgary. He sets it up for Lyon. T-Wolves trying to play with a bit more pace here. Now Talasuna, soft chip looking to go sideline. That's intercepted. Fraser Valley with some speed in transition. It's a 2-on-5 at the moment. Lions there to settle in. He gets low bridge, looking for a call, not going to get one. That could have been very dangerous. And now Tate watched there by Abe. Abe sticking right to his hip pocket. Got a second defender and some layered coverage for the Cascades. That's Lee taking the ball now. He's trying to chip for Bazinia. That was taken away nicely by the T-Wolves. Lyon dusts himself back up. He's right back at center field, and he'll find Wildash Chan again. Wildash Chan, good speed, tries to split the defense, lost the ball. And it comes to Mainland. Mainland, he's got some speed. Nice tackle there by the defender coming over. And it's just some great tackling and great defense at both ends of the field as well.
That's the nice part about the rain, is it makes those tackles just so much cleaner and easier to slide, but those are beautiful challenges.
Mondo Abe gets it away for Beecroft. Beecroft taps it ahead. Hard tip there by Kim. Comes right back out to center. It's now collected there by Harjovan Sidhu. Cascades work it back far side. Long boot all the way across the field. Goes out the other end. T-Wolves are going to get the throw in, as it's going to be Vanderend to repossess. As the wind picks up here at Masich Play Stadium. Ball is up high a little bit. Just going to straighten out our camera here while we have a second, as the ball is right at midfield. Cascades working it around near side. Comes to Abe. Trickles in and they score. As Abe got a shot that was partially blocked. It got past Intapis, and the Cascades will draw first blood in the 19th minute. And it's going to be Abe making it 1-0 for Fraser Valley. What did you see there?
Just a good thread right through to that player that was making an offensive run right into the 6-yard box. And that's a hard one to read when it deflects that quickly.
So Abe in the 19th minute puts the Cascades in front 1-0. And again, the T-Wolves will be chasing it here on home field, as it's the Cascades drawing first blood courtesy of Abe. Cascades back on it here as a long kick, end over end. Just missing it here was Mayland. Looks like we got everything all fixed on our end here, so we're just on a bit of a tilt there with our camera for a few moments, but looks like everything's all corrected. Cascades back on it. Fraser Valley trying to get the ball back here as Talasuna drives around the sidelines. He'll get the throw in for UNBC, trying to find an open man. He's going to redirect Jordan to get in a bit of a crease. Looking it up here for Vanderend. Vanderend to Lyon. Lyon, nice little dipsy doodle. Threads the needle here to Wildash Chan. Wildash Chan close to the middle. Tries to break down the box. Offside, quick kick. And D'Souza with the save. It wasn't going to count anyway, as Josh Jordan fired one away and off the hand of D'Souza, but was whistled down on the offside.
The Timberwolves are doing a great job looking for those gaps in between the defensive line and just making them look a little dangerous right now.
Cascades back on it here. It's Beecroft, who's 1v1. Right into the middle. Intercepted, it's Talasuna. Talasuna in the box, looking for Jordan. Oh, D'Souza. Perfect timing, gets the save. And the kick back to Vanderen. Talasuna back on it. Sideline pass comes to Tate. Tate 1v1. Looking to cross over, tipped in front, goes wide. Trying to pinch in. It was one of the Jordan brothers there. That was Josh trying to get a boot on it. And he just missed it. So D'Souza will redirect traffic here on the goal kick. D'Souza killing some precious seconds here. He'll just play it ahead to Muter. Long pass picked up there by Beauvais, goes off the heel. As Mehdi Bouraja enters the game for the first time today for UNBC. So a little bit of a different look here for head coach Steve Simonson in the 23rd minute. Neistad picks it up for Beauvais. T-Wolves turn it over. It comes back to the way for Fraser Valley. Good speed here by Malin. Malin tries to cross it over. Nice boot there by the T-Wolves to get out of harm's way. Now Lyon will chip it ahead. That's intercepted. And it comes now to Abay. Abay, the goal scorer in this game here. Gets a shot blocked, and it comes right to the flagpole. And a corner forthcoming here for Fraser Valley. So a very important sequence here for UNBC as Fraser Valley will set up for the corner. It's going to be hard Joven Sadu on the kick. Sadu, end over end, misses in front, ball high up in the air, coming down with his Wildas Chen, bicycle kick high up in the air, goes out the other side, ball still airborne. It's looking like a volleyball game right now as finally Wildas Chen clears out of the harm's way. It's going to come to Josh Jordan. He's pushed off the ball though by Szymanski in the Cascades. After all that action, bring it back down the other way. Long tip in front, and Tapas a safe rebound! And Tapas covers up as Neistad was right there. Neistad got a piece of it, but the lucky hands of Tapas freezes the ball here for UNBC, and what action there at that end of the field.
Yeah, no kidding. That felt like 30 seconds of just the ball in the air.
Kim. And a Fraser Valley player goes down. Just trying to pick up the number here. And Magvir Sadu will go down. Looks like he's none the worse for wear. So it's going to be a free kick here for Fraser Valley, right where the injury took place. Right near center field, Fraser Valley. Beecroft looking to chase after it. It goes past Beecroft and Beauvais, so no one got to the loose ball. As Antapis will get a free goal kick here. As Beauvais will bring it out here for UNBC. Neistad. Beauvais. Long strides here by the first-year defender. Connects with Wyatt Lyon. Lyon looking to chip. Has a man open. It's Tate. He's one-on-one. And it comes ahead. Talasuna challenges his man. Timberwolves back on it here, trying to lead feed pass. That goes incomplete, so Fraser Valley will get the ball right back here. Zoom out. Cascades back on the ball at midfield. Zemansky. Has the ball. Cascades looking to chip it across. Sidhu. Abay. Sidhu. Comes back to center field. Zemansky has the ball right back, looking to get a shot away. He does. Going to go to Antapis. Tries to go for the ball, and it goes in. Antapis tried to go for the ball. He got caught upfield, and the Cascades make it 2-0.
Again, another one of those dangerous balls to be run onto, and it's just catching the Timberwolves off guard when they snap back a little bit.
Not sure who got the last touch there for the Cascades, but it was a long place ball that went to an open area, and Tappas gambled to get a piece of the ball, but unable to get it out of harm's way, and a bad start going from bad to worse here for UNBC as they're now down 2. And it's a 2-0 game here for Fraser Valley.
That's a hard ball to read, because if you sit back and that's well placed, or if you don't get a piece of it, it's a hard ball to play.
So it looks like Brzezinya's going to get credit for the goal. We talked about him earlier. So Brzezinya's going to get credit here on the last touch from Zemansky. And it's a commanding lead here for Fraser Valley.
He made a beautiful run in between the two Timberwolves and just found that deadly space.
UNBC trying to get a quick chance here to maybe get one before half, but right now it's looking pretty slim. Now Vanderend had some contact there with Beecroft and a bit of a how do you do it, maybe some frustration there from Vanderend with his team down by 2 here late in this first half.
Absolutely.
Ball goes off the head of a Fraser Valley player. It's going to be brought back in here by UNBC. It's got about 13 minutes left in this first half. Brendan Paulo alongside Morgan Hollick, Mateo Brasinia, Mondo Abe, the goal scorers here for Fraser Valley. Shouldering off his man, there was Wyatt Lyon. It comes to Wildas Chan. Beauvais back to Koss Neistat. Kim back to Vanderen. 1-on-2. Whistle blows and a foul call on Fraser Valley. Vanderen puts his arm up in the air, maybe disagreeing with the call. But no change coming here by the officials.
Seldom does it come.
Cascades work it around. Ball turned over. Cascades back on it. Offside. The flag was up. Good save there by Antapis. And you can't hear the whistles here because it's so loud. You saw the flag up from a mile away.
Yeah, you weren't kidding. It's definitely a different atmosphere up here. It's very energized up in the stands.
Yes, it is. Now they just need a bit more to cheer about here. And I think a UNBC goal at some point would be the perfect tonic as Beauvais has the ball for UNBC. Talasuna gets away from traffic. Kim will take it. He'll tap it back to Neistat. Talasuna back to Kim. Back to Neistat. Vanderen. Lyon tries to dipsy doodle. Cascades just playing it back here. They can afford to relax a little bit as Szymanski is working for that patient play, much like he did on that second goal on that long distance shot from about 35 yards out.
Yeah, they're playing the Timberwolves are playing a structurally sound game, but it's just two well-placed balls that have made the difference.
So Bay will chase after the loose ball here right around the track area, which is also a bit wet. As I mentioned, at least the rain has stopped, but it's been a bit breezy, which has kind of added to the chilly elements here today.
Absolutely, it just seeps right into your bones.
Tappas got to be quick with it. Beauvais shakes the check of two Cascades who are closing in on him. Now comes to Wildas Chan. Beauvais back to Talasuna. Wide side pass to Bunaja. And the ball goes way up high into the stands, and a potential souvenir for somebody. It looks like Isaac Tate was the one that was subbed off there for Bunaja. I'm not sure if it's injury related or Steve Simonson looking for a spark, but Tate, a huge part of this UNBC offense, not in the game right now. We'll see if he comes back in half number 2. Lyon. Back to Beauvais. Lyon. Vanderen. Bunaja. Lyon. Back to Kim. Talasuna. Twisting, turning away. Talasuna. Break down the box. Vanderen trying to get wide on his man. Has some coverage. Vanderen gets hauled down as Wildash Chan tried to give and go with him, and now the referee's switching sides, and I think Vanderen's giving the referee again the what for.
Yeah, seldom do the referees enjoy that, but sometimes the frustration just melts.
So a free kick here for the Timberwolves. From about 35 yards away, a bit of an angled kick. Wyatt Lyon's going to take it here for UNBC. Lyon just waiting for the go-ahead here from the official. Big moment here for the T-Wolves, down by 2 on home field. Lyon, long boot over top the goalie, had that one labeled, and it just went over the head of D'Souza.
Yeah, that was a good look. Just didn't drop enough, but that was a dangerous looking chance.
The Cascades break out after that near miss by the T-Wolves. Long lead pass, and falling over there was one of the Cascade players. That was Brazilian. A bit of an excuse me trip there by Kim. So a free kick, Bunaja almost stood over the ball. Some gamesmanship here maybe by UNBC is letting this one go be Szymanski. Bunaja attempting for the block here with James Jordan. Bit of a run up here by Beecroft. Szymanski, curve on the ball, off the side and out the other way. Nice job here by the T-Wolves to hold. Cascades thinking it should still be their ball, and it is, as they were lobbying for it, and maybe some confusion on whose possession it should have been, but referees say green ball, and Szymanski will get another shot at it along the near Timberwolves sidelines. Szymanski. Bit of a jersey pull, crosses it in front. Bit of a header there by Beauvais. Comes out all the way the other side, and possession here by the Cascades. A teardrop shot there by Bagveer Sidhu right in the midst of Intapis. And he'll hang on and wait for his mates to get upfield. Shots 5-0 for Fraser Valley. They're up 2-0 in the game. Goals coming from Brzezinha and Abe. And that's where he sit right now. Lyon. Back to Bunaja. Lead feed pass to Vanderen. Vanderen trying to rush past his man, but a great cutoff there by Szymanski. He'll just boot out of harm's way, and UNBC will take it in the danger area here on a deep throw, and it's going to come off the hands of Vanderen. Bunaja and Vanderen give and go. Talasuna into the middle. Neistad. Tap back to Bunaja, tried to cross it, but that was intercepted, and Bunaja might have been better off keeping that ball, as now the Cascades to Sidhu. Sidhu has it back. Abe. Szymanski. Talasuna. Twisting, turning, looking for some open space. He finds Neistat. Neistat. Bove. Gets it through a Fraser Valley player quite neatly. Now Talasuna has the ball. Comes to Lyon. Lyon. Will Dash Chan. Good speed. Gets a boot away off a Fraser Valley defender. And the T-Wolves will get another dangerous chance here deep inside Fraser Valley territory. As again, you see some rushes there. And, you know, Wyatt Lyon and Pippin Vanderen playing a big part in that ball distribution.
Just beautifully placed balls back and forth to pull the defenders away, and then looking dangerous once they get closer to the net.
Corner kick here, Lyon, well placed, back in corner, ball up high, looking for a shot. Lyon chips it back. By Benaja, looking for a header, comes loose, still in the top of the box. It's cleared away by the Cascades, and now pitching up there was one of the Jordan brothers. That was James that got a piece of the ball. Now it comes back to Neistat. Now it's right at center field for Hagwon Kim. Kim. Back to Bove. Kim. Bunaja. Talasuna. Bove. Long boot all the way down. Vanderen's got a step. Can he keep it in play? No, he cannot, but a great read there by Bove to see the one-on-one coverage and just put a little bit too much zip on that ball.
Yeah. Sometimes when it's a little rainy, it'll just give that ball a little bit of an extra skip, but it was a good read and a good play to look for that isolated player.
Long boot all the way down. Brzezinha unable to keep it in play, so Vanderen's going to get it back to Talasuna. Bove. Wide side to Wildas Chan. Talasuna on the give and go. Bove. Twisting, turning, goes off the shin pad of a Cascades player. That was Sadu that was up in the play. Nearing halftime, Cascades up 2-0. Brzezinha, Anabay the goal scorers. Neistat. Back to Bove. Ball comes back to Lyon. Neistat. Back to Bunaja. Bunaja tried to get it back on the give and go. It's intercepted by Szymanski. He tries to go upfield and partially connects there with Malin. And he's got some good speed down the far sideline. Malin tries to give and go. Gets it back. Nice chip pass there by Sadu. Malin in. Good save by Antepis. The rebound. And that was dangerously an own goal as right idea there by the defender, but I don't think he realized how close he was to the front of the Timberwolves net.
Yeah, it definitely made me feel a little nervous there. It's the right idea to clear it, but being a little too close to the net.
Late corner here for Fraser Valley as Dylan Lee going to take the corner on the far side. Would imagine this will be close to it in terms of the first half. Corner end over end, misses everybody. And that'll do it for the first half. Fraser Valley 2, Timberwolves no score. T-Wolves will have to dig down deep here in the second half to generate some more offense. Some good things, but a couple well-placed balls, the difference in that first half.
Absolutely. When the Timberwolves are connecting, it's so beautifully done. If they can just capitalize, we'll be right back in the game.
Cascades 2, T-Wolves no score. You're watching BioSteel Canada West TV from Masich Place Stadium.
I think my distribution out of the back, skipping lines, stuff like that, that's probably one of my strengths, being able to play long balls and just covering for my center back partners. I like to swing across the field and come in, tackle. I like to get stuck into tackles, and I like to play with the ball at my feet. I mean, yeah, the guys that I've met so far seem great. They're very welcoming. This indoor facility is, I mean, can't really ask for much more in a town that's winter season is very prominent. He seems very like extroverted person, and he seems very welcoming, very kind. He seems pretty funny. I've seen some of the games. I've watched his coaching style. I like the way he sets the team up. I like the way they play. So that's kind of what interested me in coming up here. Well, definitely, I'm assuming pace of play is probably going to be quite a bit faster than what we're used to. I definitely think quality will probably be better as well, as the dilution sort of narrows down more and kind of gets out of that into the more stronger players playing. So I think I'm definitely going to have to pick up my game in that sense and just be ready to give it my 110% every time I step on the field. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be I'm definitely going to feel really honored to have given the chance to put on the uniform and step out onto that field. And I'll be thinking about my dad and my mom, obviously, through all of it, my uncle. I think my distribution out of the back, skipping lines, stuff like that, that's probably one of my strengths.
We learned to use all the pieces of an animal to create a jump, to not waste any bit, and to maximize your the resources you get out of an animal to create an art piece. It's cool. I mean, you gotta create your own thing to give to your teammate, right? So it's personal. It's from one person to another, from one teammate to another. So it's not just just something not special. It's a good way to give something to your teammate that you created yourself and that you care about, and you get to put your own personality into it, and it's really connected that way. Well, at first we struggled a bit. We put it together, and then the back part of the hide was really loose, so we had to take it out and do it again. But the second time around, we got it right and got it really tight and ready to go. My time will come where I get a drum, and I'll know that the first, second, third years are the ones who created it, and I'll know why they did it, and it'll be kind of cool to see that that I did it. We appreciate them having us in and introducing us to their culture and to their practices. I mean, it takes a big person to bring their thoughts and their actions out in front of a group. So I thought they did a really good job on teaching and showing us how to put together these things. So I thank them for that.
My name is Jamie Waters-Chan, and I'm from Wellington, New Zealand, and I'm a right wing back. My probably biggest strength is probably my mentality and work rate. I like to be involved in attack, putting crosses in, scoring goals, taking on players, and then on the other side of things, I like to defend and help out in the last line wherever needed. Everyone I've spoken to that knows Steve has spoken really highly of him as a person and as a coach. So I'm super excited to be under his leadership. And for my future teammates, I've only spoken to a couple so far, but all of them have been very welcoming and very inviting. I'm really excited about making the move from the Wellington Central League all the way to the Canada West. I hear it's a very competitive league, and I can't wait to test my own ability against new opponents. I love soccer as it's more than just a game to me. The amount of opportunities, the people I've met, the places it's taken me, I just don't think any other sport can compare.
I like to make runs in behind the defense and get on the ball as much as I can. I enjoy taking players on and scoring lots of goals. The indoor facility is very nice from what I've seen, and everybody's been really nice to me since I've been here, and they've helped me feel included with this, and the school has been very nice from what I've seen. Yeah, I've been up here before. I've seen Coach Steve and some of the training sessions, and I like how he coaches. I think he creates like a good family with the team, and I just like how they play, and I've heard great things from my brother. I like his style of coaching from what I've seen from the few training sessions and games I've watched, and I just think he brings a great atmosphere to the training sessions and to the team in general. I think I need to work on my left foot more. I'm a little one-footed, which I think needs to change before I go to university, and I think I'm just going to continue running and trying to get into the best shape I can be in. It would be my parents and my brother. Obviously, I'd be taking the field with him, which would be an amazing feeling to have. And then just my parents, because they've both played soccer since they've been children and have helped me throughout my soccer career and helped me be who I want to be.
There's like a different feeling playing on home turf, and it's unmatched, and I just always knew that this is where I'd end up. When I talked to Coach Steve, he told me the plan, and he made me feel at home here, and it's just, I feel like I can really make a difference here, and I want to just keep pushing forward. Grew up with some of them, and they all made this feel like a home, and all the new guys I haven't met have all just been super welcoming. Even the other first years, I feel like we're all making a good connection, and throughout these next few years, I think it's going to be a great team, and I can't wait to see who else is going to join. A lot of intensity. I love to press. I love to work as a team and move the ball, and I really want to build like a community here, and I can't wait to show that out on the pitch. The speed of the game is so different. Everyone is super physical, super fast. Their technical ability is unmatched. It's going to take a few games, a few years to get adjusted, but I'm ready for the challenge. I think I'm going to have like butterflies in my stomach, a little nervous, but I think I want to prove this is where I belong, and with my friends and family in the stands that day, it's going to be like I'm unstoppable. I think it's still going to take a little bit to feel real, but so far it's like I'm having fun, and that's what this is all about. Inspire the younger generation, and be the best I can be.
The other 10 on the pitch with you for the starting lineup.
Okay. Connor, Dom, Julian, Kim, Martin. No, Martin wasn't there. Dan was in net. Loic? Who's our other center back then? Kencho. Caden. 2, 4. Did Kobe start? No, Kobe got subbed on for me. Kobe started? Yeah. Gregor got subbed on for me. Who was center back then? Cody wasn't playing. It was Kim. I have Julian. Left wing. Who started left wing? Yeah, I don't know. Who's left wing?
The one I think you didn't have was Toro Omori.
Yeah, Tora. Yeah, I forgot Tora.
Who were the other 10 on?
I love to compete, I love to try to win, but I want to get everyone on the same page so that the team is working in the same direction, and whatever tactic we have on the day, to win games, to compete, and to really get the best of an opposition. Much of my young coaching career is guided by Steve and Neil, honestly. The answer was a pretty easy yes, to work with him and to work with these boys and just, work at a different level because I've been in the youth soccer game for so long.
they're just a good group of guys. They want to compete, they want to train hard, but they have a good connectedness about them, which is really, really important to go out there when you're playing 2 games a weekend to go compete. It's going to be the team that's most on the same page, most connected, most willing to compete for the team and for each other. You can feel that. You walk into the NSC, there are photos everywhere, names everywhere, trophies, those kinds of things, and it just matters. It matters to the community of the school, but I'm getting a very strong feeling that it matters to the community as a whole when these players go and compete with.
Prince George, it's so community based, and it's something I've really never kind of felt before. So being here and like having a community, them coming out to our games was super important. So yeah, it just felt really community based, and it's really lovely.
It's been my #1 sport for over the years. Playing soccer with the Timberwolves, warm up, play a game and a shootout, great friendships. It's always been fun. Been playing for 21 years, for 24 years.
Incredible. The keepers are great. We've got some good goal scorers. Defense is good. It was good. Everything they do, from their smiles, how they talk to you, the high fives, it's just a good energy, and it's just really lovely to be around, especially during final season and stuff. It's a good vibe.
Hi, my name is Sophie. I'm an attacking midfielder from Victoria, BC, and I'm so excited to join the Timberwolves next season. There are so many reasons why I wanted to commit to UNBC. First of all, I got to go up for a visit last summer, and all the girls were super welcoming, and the campus is beautiful. I'm really into health sciences, so I can't wait to start my program. But overall, Neil is the type of coach that I want to play for. I love his style of play, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity. Some of my strengths as a player are my technical ability, my stamina, and my shot from distance. But what I focus most on is being a positive and supportive teammate. I bring lots of energy to every practice and game. I know that the jump to Canada West definitely won't be easy. I expect the games to be much faster paced and more aggressive, but I'm really excited to challenge myself and see how that affects my style of play. Thinking about next season, I think the best way that I can prepare is to just get as many touches on the ball as I can, whether that be with my team, in game, or just by myself training. I think that's really important so that I'm ready for next season. Overall, I'm super excited to get to know everyone and to be part of the team. I know I have a lot to learn, but I'm excited to improve and continue to play soccer. Hi, my name is Sophie. I'm an attacking midfielder from Victoria, BC, and I'm so excited to join the Timberwolves next season. There are so many reasons why I wanted to commit to UNBC. First of all, I got to go up for a visit last summer, and all the girls were super welcoming, and the campus is beautiful. I'm really into health sciences, so I can't wait to start my program. But overall, Neil is the type of coach that I want to play for. I love his style of play, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity. Some of my strengths as a player are my technical ability, my stamina, and my shot from distance. But what I focus most on is being a positive and supportive teammate. I bring lots of energy to every practice and game. I know that the jump to Canada West definitely won't be easy. I expect the games to be much faster paced and more aggressive, but I'm really excited to challenge myself and see how that affects my style of play. Thinking about next season, I think the best way that I can prepare is to just get as many touches on the ball as I can, whether that be with my team, in game, or just by myself training. I think that's really important so that I'm ready for next season. Overall, I'm super excited to get to know everyone and to be part of the team. I know I have a lot to learn, but I'm excited to improve and continue to play soccer.
All right, we're back to Masich Place Stadium here in Prince George. Brendan Palu alongside Morgan Hollick. T-Wolves down by 2, and they're going to need to dig down deep here to get some much-needed offense against one of their big rivals. 2 perfectly placed shots puts them behind the 8 ball, and T-Wolves going to have to find a way to find the back of the net.
They had some nice clean passes that built into some dangerous plays, but they just have yet to capitalize on those.
Fraser Valley will get the opening kickoff here after UNBC received the ball in the first half following the coin toss. As you mentioned off the top of the broadcast, a very big weekend here for UNBC, 3-4-2 in the Canada West standings. Tied for 3rd against Trinity Western. And a very important weekend, as you mentioned, in terms of the playoff race, too. No Logan Pierce today due to the hit he took in Mount Royal last weekend. So a big 45 minutes ahead, as well as another big match tomorrow against this very same Cascades team, right back here at high noon from Masich Place Stadium. So no changes to the lineup here, at least to start in the second half. Off the corner, goes out the other side and out of bounds, so no harm, no foul for the T-Wolves. So it looks like we're gonna, fingers crossed, we have our tripod issue solved here with the camera. I apologize for some of the technical problems we did have with it, so hopefully we are able to solve all or most of it from the opening half. Talasuna trying to push it ahead. Here's Benaja. It's Vanderen. Talasuna shakes the check of 2 Cascades. Looking to find an open outlet. Shakes and bakes past one man. It's Sidhu. Talasuna back to Vanderen. Into the middle. Headed down. Muter. UNBC looking for a handball. They touched the ball first, so it's negated. Now it's Wildas Chan. Chip pass here to Jordan. Jordan back to Wildas Chan. Wyatt Lyon. Right in his grill was a Cascades player. That was Harjovan Sidhu. Now it's the Timberwolves. Back at it. Back heel kick. Talasuna. Vanderen. Oh, he tried to chip it back, and maybe Vanderen would have been better off shooting there as he was in a prime spot off that Talasuna feed. And that one extra pass proves hurtful for the Timberwolves.
Sometimes it's best just to throw it on net. Not only does it keep the other team honest, but it gives you that possibility of finding an open space.
Nice stab. Vanderen chips it back to Kim. Talasuna twisting, turning. Chips it ahead. Benaja gives chase, but it's cleared away there by Mondo Abe. And UNBC will continue the drive here deep inside Cascades territory. Very critical for UNBC to at the very least, win the time of possession battle and play a lot more of this half in the Cascades end. They did have some time in half number 1, but were unable to crack the code against Mathis D'Souza.
Yeah, they had some good looks and some good plays, just unable to capitalize.
Beauvais. Pass intercepted. Szymanski, wide side for Mayland. Mayland, good hustle, hard kick, saved by Antapis. And I would say for my money, especially in that first half, that Szymanski for Fraser Valley was arguably their best player. A lot of well-placed balls from the back line.
A lot of well-placed balls, but a lot of composure as well. When he could do a little chip or a little pass, he would, and looking for those long balls that proved dangerous as well.
Talasuna back to Wildas Chan. Talasuna tries to thread the needle, and Wildas Chan maybe zigged when he should have zagged there. And again, some of that miscommunication. D'Souza a bit casual to cover that ball, as trying to come in there was Josh Jordan, but again, a missed chance there for UNBC on the offense here. Cascades back on it. That was off the boot of Kim defensively as they try to stretch pass to catch the T-Wolves a bit flat-footed defensively. Cascades will keep the ball back. Cascades are coached by Tom Lowndes, who's in his 11th season at the helm of Fraser Valley. Steve Simonson also in his 11th year with the UNBC. And some jockeying for position there as Vanderen gets hauled down right in front of the referee. They called that one right away. Kim, long place boot all the way to midfield. Benaja gets a piece of it. It will go out of bounds, but really in a case like that, you don't really have too many options if you're a defender like Kim.
No, and getting it up the field into more dangerous spaces might be beneficial at this time for the Timberwolves.
Nice dad just stops the ball in front for Antapis. He'll play it ahead to Beauvais, and Beauvais just a long striding defender, great speed, good poise for a first year. He'll get it ahead to Wildas Chan. He'll get the ball, cut towards the middle, tries to split the D, tries to, again, fit into that tight spot there for Jordan. As now Neistad will chase after it.
They're having good looks, but it's just that fine gap that you just can't quite get through.
Talasuna. Nice ball to Vanderen. Right side of the field, trying to chase it down is Jordan, but D'Souza gets there first, and he'll win the race, he'll collapse on it, and he'll make sure that Jordan doesn't take any more steps in front of him. Cascades work it around the bend. Muter. Long pass to Brzezinha. Brzezinha gets it in stride. Beauvais, nice job to not take a foul in the box there. Great defending by the first year. That was not an easy task.
No, that was a beautiful tackle and just a great composure to not let the number 7 on UFV get too far ahead there.
Kim, he'll try his luck on a long stretch pass. Benaja will give chase. Abe gets there first. Benaja tries to turn up field. It's cleared out of the way there by Abe initially, so it's UNBC ball. Talasuna. Talasuna tries to shake a check. Some hand fighting down the field between Talasuna and the man that was covering him. Now Lyon distributes to Wildas Chan. Wildas Chan cuts in. Lyon twists, turns, finds some space. It's Talasuna. On him right away is Beecroft. He goes wide now to Jordan. Jordan, he's trying to get some open real estate. Wildas Chan is trying to shake free. A lot of hand fighting down the field here between these two teams, and Wildas Chan gets spilled. Now comes to Jordan. Jordan kicked out of harm's way there by the Cascades, and they will hold sway for now defensively. And you see Wildas Chan get in the grill of the official to watch some of the holding of the jersey.
There's been quite a bit of grabbing.
Jordan looks to cut in, tries to get a shot away. Nice box out there, and Jordan getting a bit agitated with the official. So the referee been very liberal with the contact so far, and maybe about to reach a boiling point here.
Potentially, definitely when frustrations mount and you just can't seem to capitalize, frustration gets let out elsewhere.
Beauvais kicks it across. Kim glides through. Lyon headed down there by Wildas Chan. Nice job to keep it in play. Unfortunately, there was nobody home. The Cascades play it back to the middle of the field. Recollecting here is Dylan Lee. Lee goes back for Szymanski. Far sidelines. And it's Cascades ball right in front of their own bench. Well, at least we can hear ourselves a little bit better in this half compared to half number one.
I know, I feel like I can have my thoughts in a row now.
Yeah, it was a bit loud in half number one.
Absolutely, I think the Go Timberwolves chant didn't stop the entire first half. It's great to hear, but hard to think during that.
When you were on the field and you had these games with the women's team, did you kind of get that added boost of energy with a full crowd?
Yeah, especially during Natselnik Day when the drums would start to pick up, it just gives you that little boost of energy to just keep going.
Vanderen tackled down onto the field. T-Wolves ball is again the play being quite physical, not a lot of room to maneuver out there for either side. Lyon back to Benaja. Back to Vanderen, a bit too far once more. And again, the right play was there. They're trying to, that chip play to the winger going down the field. But again, a hair too far for Vanderen to get a clean shot on it.
Yeah, and the UFV are doing a fantastic job of collapsing in behind the space. So there's not a lot of ability to run onto those balls, even if they are well placed.
Mayland redistributes here to Lee. Sidhu. Far sideline, Abe, quick shot, blocker to side there by the Timberwolves. Cascades back on it. Follow the bouncing ball. It comes to Talasuna. He's got some room to move. He's met there by 4 Cascades. Tries to push forward here. Talasuna gets checked. Jordan gets a chip away as well. It comes to brother Josh. Now James Jordan gets it to the wing. Can Benaja get to the ball? Yes, he can. Benaja, long boot. Wildes Chen. Oh, he put it wide and just maybe too sharp of an angle. Beautiful ball by Benaja to find Wildes Chen underneath. But Wildes Chen a little bit too sharp on the one side to get it on net.
But again, a brilliant look to look for that isolated player, because in those dangerous spots, it can make the difference.
Yeah, great ball there in transition. You can see the creativity and the looks again there by the Timberwolves. They finally connect on one, but again, just a hair too far on that one end of the field. Now Lyon will redistribute. He's got 5 assists on the season. Now Neistad pushes through. Far sideline, right to the bench. Vanderen. Kim. To Tapas. Again, if you're just joining us, Yanni and Tapas going to get the starts this weekend for Logan Pierce, who suffered a concussion against Mount Royal last Sunday. So, and Tapas called into duty here for head coach Steve Simonson. As Wyatt Lyon. Long boot to Vanderen. Almost got it right there, but Abe, great positioning there defensively to kick the ball away. Now Talasuna. Back to Lyon. Ball chipped out of play there again by the Cascades. Again, anytime they sense trouble, they either try to kick the ball away or turn it up the field as soon as they can if they have a favorable matchup. That's been kind of the MO for Fraser Valley all day.
Absolutely. And they've been capitalizing on speed in those 1v1 and just holding a nice composure.
Well, that Shan cuts in front to Souza, comes out, challenges, gets the ball, and he'll play it ahead. They got a break here if they hurry. Mayland is with number 12. That's Bagveer Sidhu. They try and flip the numbers here, the Cascades. Nice defense back there by T-Wolves as Kim will box out his man so Tapas can collapse on the ball. Now Wildes Chen. Wildes Chen Dipsy doodling, trying to go past two defenders. Jordan comes back, ball is still loose. Good tackle there by the Cascades to stem the tide, and away they go again. Now the leafy pass goes off the boot of Talasuna. He'll get the ball back in midfield, and then he'll get checked from the ball, so really neither team getting clean possession at the moment.
It's definitely that quick turnaround and quick possession back and forth here.
Well, roughly 30 minutes to go in what's still a 2-0 game for the Cascades. Neistat back to Benaja. Long boot again to Souza. And you got to think at some point, at least one of those shots will be hard enough where D'Souza might not feel the ball clean, and you're hoping that maybe a T-Wolf will be right there to chip it over. But there's been some pretty hard boots there, especially that latest one by Benaja. But D'Souza right there to stop and freeze.
Yeah, he's read some balls really well that if they did go past him, there was a Timberwolf ready for it. So he's playing a very sound game for UFV right now.
Vander End to Benaja. Vander End, sharp angle, good deflection there by Muter. Ball comes around the sidelines. Benaja checked, it goes past the line. Benaja's got to hustle back for it here as Brzezinya's 1-on-3. Brzezinya watched there by Neistat. Good headman pass to Malin. They got some speed here again at the Cascades. Malin cuts into the middle, looking for a shot. Lets it go through the uprights over top the goal. And again, Cascades make something out of nothing there. It all started in that far end where they got the ball out of trouble, and then they let their speedsters take over in transition.
Absolutely. Speed can be such a dangerous weapon when you're in that transition phase. And again, it's proving dangerous for UFV.
So we see some of the kids just watching along the rail here, cheering on the Timberwolves. Again, not as full as it was at the start of the game. The side closest to me and the camera operators is empty, but the side closest to you still somewhat full.
Yeah, absolutely, and they seem to be having some fun with Alpha right now, the mascot.
Benaja twisting, turning. Bove, long boot in behind for Vanderen. Vanderen sets it up. Talasuna. And they're going to call the offside late, or they're going to call a handball on Fraser Valley. Refs pointing to the box area. And are they calling a handball?
They just might be. It looks like a penalty shot.
Yeah, it is a handball. So Mark Talasuna will take a penalty shot here for the Timberwolves. And a big chance here for UNBC to get back in this game. As we've got roughly 28 minutes to go, and Talasuna a chance to cut the deficit in half here as D'Souza tries to recollect his thoughts. So Mark Talasuna, golden opportunity here to put UNBC back in the game. So Talasuna versus D'Souza, 2-0 Cascades. Talasuna, big moment here. Waits, comes in, stops, kicks, onion bag! Mark Talasuna makes it a 2-1 game off the penalty kick.
Yeah, what a well-placed shot, well read by Talasuna as the goaltender went the other way, sorry.
Yeah, just calm, cool, and collected. He's done that before with Simon Fraser before transferring here. But initially I thought maybe it was an offside call that was called late, but you had the players reaching for their hands, and it was the referee that caught it back. And a huge break for UNBC to get one on the penalty shot as Mark Talasuna delivers, and it's 2-1. Still lots of time now for the T-Wolves as they're just a shot away from making this an even score.
And then it looks like somebody on the UFV bench just received a yellow card. I'm not quite sure if it was the coach, but somebody was definitely awarded a yellow card.
Yeah, I think it was Beecroft that went to the bench taking a penny on, so Fraser Valley not happy with what has transpired. So if you're Tom Lowndes, the head coach of the Cascades, you just kind of want to cool your guys off a little bit on that call that went against you. You don't want to melt down here. You're still in control up by 1, but definitely UNBC some much needed momentum off that penalty shot goal by Mark Talasuna.
Absolutely, just a little bit of injection back into the team. And a double slide tackle there.
Yeah, double slide tackle. They're both on the turf. Same idea. But it will be a free kick there by Szymanski. It looks like Beckham Hatch is in for Michael Beecroft for Fraser Valley. So it was a substitution there as Szymanski will place it in the middle. Blocked easily there by Lyon. Over that is Szymanski chasing after it. Here will be number 20 for the T-Wolves. That is James Jordan. Wildas Chan puts it back in play. Wyatt Lyon gets around one man. Talasuna a bit too far in front of him. Comes to James Jordan. Now his brother Josh will give chase. Ball just seems to be bouncing around everywhere right now, and I'm not sure if the early rain has made it more bouncy on the surface, but it just seems to be eluding some of the players a little bit more in this second half.
And it might also just be the feverish nature of the game where all of a sudden momentum from both sides and just can't seem to keep control of the ball.
Back here is Adriano Consiglio. Back to midfield. We'll see if UNBC can pressure. Josh tries to bull rush on Carson Muter. Muter shakes off of him there, and Cascade still in possession. Long pass connects here. Trying to cross it over, and Tapas sharp to the goal. He hugs the post. Wildas Chan right there on the near side. He's up against Malin. Dylan Lee. And to split the D there for Fraser Valley was Consiglio. Trying to get around the defender there was Josh Jordan, but stopping just in time was Muter. Lyon giving chase. This time it's Sadu. Harjovan Sadu gets it back to Abay, one of the 2 goal scorers for the Cascades. Now it's Beckham Hatch, fresh off the bench here. He's playing the far wing here for the Cascades. He had the ball. It comes back to the far side. He'll get a retake with it here. Ball comes back to the box, but unable to cut inside. There was Brzezinha. Good defense there by the T-Wolves to keep the striker at bay.
Absolutely. Just looking for the space in behind seems to be the MO of the Cascades at this time, and the Timberwolves are doing a good job of making sure they keep that space, the dangerous space in behind, well protected.
Pass intercepted. James Jordan passes it back to Lyon. Lyon just trying to show some patience here. It comes to Kim. Kim works the sideline. It's Van Der End. Wide side, gonna chase after it is Jordan. Can he keep it in? And the flag came up. So a tough break there for the T-Wolves as again they hustling hard for the ball. That was Benazia trying to track it down in the nick of time. Just rolled out on him, but you see the effort shown there by the T-Wolves wingers, especially in the absence of Isaac Tate, which exited the game early in the first half.
Just having that aggression to continue after a ball, it can make a difference in a game.
Carson Muter. Back to Szymanski. Muter will find Consiglio. We've got roughly 22 minutes left in the second half, give or take whatever's announced for stoppage time, but we still got a ways to go between now and then. What's now a 1-goal game. Cascades go top of the box. Hard tackle over the top, and smarting there was Beauvais as he got caught right in the crossfire Cascades player cut in. Bove went to tackle for the ball, and he got it right in the top of the ankle.
Yeah, and especially when it's cold out, that just hurts that little bit extra more. But again, what a well aggressive play by the first year in order to protect his net. He didn't shy away from going through the tackle.
No, and I liked his game coming off the bench against Saskatchewan last time they were at home, but I really enjoyed his game today against the Cascades. You can just see the fire and the fearlessness as well as the poise from that first year.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want in a defender, and he's soon to be a staple in this team, I believe.
So Bove looks to be okay. So now it comes to Wildas Chan. Can he keep it in? Yes, he does. Can he? Oh! Again, just too much backspin on that ball. And it's going to be a goal kick here for the Fraser Valley Cascades. Cascades looking to bring it back, intercepted there by Vanderen. Lyon back to Wildas Chan. Puts it in a spot for Vander. Can he give a back heel kick? Oh, he tried that. Then he almost gets knocked head over heels there by a falling Cascades defender. Vanderen back to Wildas Chan. Head fake back to Vanderen. Tries to chip it into a dangerous spot. He had a man with him. That was Jordan. Now the Cascades back on it. Bove. Hard back here against Brzezinha. Now Malin tries to cross it. Brzezinha onion bag, and that was a thing of beauty there. Brzezinha started the play and he finished it. And that's a tough blow for the Timberwolves.
That's a hard one to even defend because you get pulled outside trying to defend the ball, and then it's that crisp touch back into that dangerous spot. It was a good play by UFV and very hard to defend against.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't really be too aggressive on him, Bove, as Brzezinha had the ball, he had momentum. He knew Malin was on the wing, and then Brzezinha gets the return pass on a great feed by Malin. And it's now a 2-goal lead again, and that hurts the comeback attempt immensely if you're the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
So we talked about Brzezinha at the top of the broadcast. He's the second highest goal scorer in the conference, only behind Owen Antoniuk of the Calgary Dinos, and Brzezinha with 2 today to put the Cascades up by a deuce in the 71st minute. As UNBC will await the whistle from the official to restart play, and not much more he can do now if you're Steve Simonson, except, go for the gusto and keep playing those aggressive balls like you have all game.
Yeah, you can't shut off. You just got to keep doing those aggressive plays because they've looked dangerous. It's just that final piece where they're having trouble to connect. And unfortunately, that's the most critical part.
So coming off here will be Dylan Lee. As Dante Colburn will check in for the Cascades for the first time today. So maybe some defensive substitutions here for Tom Lowndes to park the bus here, as it were. Up by a deuce. Bove slides it over to Koss Neistat. Jordan taps it back to Wildas Chan. Bove had to be quick on it as Brzezinha was right in his hip pocket, and good awareness there by the first year as it comes to Talasuna. Kim, tackle, jumping over the tackle there was hard. Jovan Sadu, he's got some speed, but he's watched there closely by Talasuna.
That first year has been playing one of the best games and just so sound on the back of the Timberwolves line.
You can see that was a very good recruit there by Coach Simonson, and definitely a building block going into future years here for UNBC as the product out of Idaho performing quite admirably today in what was probably a tough situation with their backup goalkeeper being thrust into action in a pretty critical situation.
Absolutely, especially because Logan's such a a fundamental part of this team and has had an amazing season. It's disheartening when you see somebody get hurt, and it's hard to kind of adapt to a new player injected into the lineup at times.
So Yanni will redistribute the ball here to Beauvais. Jordan gets on it. Wildash Chan cuts across, back to Jordan. He had to spin around to catch up to that ball. Cascades player almost turned it right back over to him, and now it comes to Wyatt Lyon. Back to Neistad. Talasuna. Neistad. Back to Lyon. Side swipe to Talasuna. Trying to get upfield. Talasuna's got the only goal of the game here for UNBC. Has the ball right back. Talasuna. Headman pass to Bunaja. Comes back to Kim at center field. Wyatt Lyon back on it here. Long boot. Trying to connect here is Wildash Chan. Can he keep it in? Yes, he does. He's at a sharp angle, though. Wildash Chan. Foot over foot. Crosses it in front. Vanderen's underneath. Gets a piece of it. Can't shoot, though, as Talasuna. Ball bounces back up to Lyon. Lyon settles it down with the foot. Gets straddled and spun around, and now back come the Cascades. Good recovery, though, by Koss Neistad as it comes back to Lyon. 8 feet pass to Vanderend. Misconnects. Now Talasuna tries to turn and scoop, but he had a Cascades player in his hip pocket. Lyon tries to bull rush across, looking underneath there for Josh Jordan, but again, Cascades defender parked right in the middle and took away the passing opportunity with Josh parked right in front of the top of the 18.
Lyon's also been able to generate some pretty dangerous plays, and he just has this slick move about him where he can dipsy-doodle around a few guys and then make a critical play.
Hang on, Kim will take the corner here for UNBC as again they try to go back within one. See if Humanity bunching up right in front of Mathis D'Souza. Kim keeps it low, header in front, can't get a bicycle kick away for Beauvais, so Wildash Chan, last man back. Nice high kill kick right in front of D'Souza. That was well placed, and I would imagine those can be quite dangerous for a goalkeeper as you got to play it perfectly so that it drops right into your hands.
Absolutely. If you get pulled too far up, it can just go right over top of you.
Neistad. Lyon. Checked there by two Cascade players. Mayland. Long boot saved by Antapis. He'll repossess the ball as it bounced off his fingertips initially. Vanderend. Soft chip near side to Wildash Chan. Wildash Chan. Lyon. Far side, Benaja. Vanderend. Wildash Chan in the box. Jordan tips it in front. Oh, he just put that wide. Jordan had D'Souza beat, and he put it wide of the goal. Jordan looking for maybe a tackle in the box there as well, but the ref will not give him the benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah, that's a dangerous look there. I can't say for certain if it was a penalty or not, but that's a dangerous look.
Great creativity again shown by the T-Wolves. They've tried to work that play a number of times today. It finally worked, and Jordan just missed it by mere inches.
And that's why it's so critical to remain aggressive and continue into those spaces, because inevitably you're going to get a chance away.
Wildash Chan just trying to quickly get it up to his teammates here as we'll pass it open to that boundary there for Talasuna. Unfortunately, Brasilia was right there to telegraph it. Now Beauvais with the back heel defense there. Very quick feet for the first year, and he just swiped it away from Brasilia.
Just those quick turnover moments have been like the most critical part of this game because it seems so back and forth at times.
Nice stat. Check there is Vander End. Back on it here with a good rush. The Cascades. Ball briefly turned over. We got a whistle here as Colborne possessed the ball. We got a whistle here. Looks like Vander End was a bit too physical on the Cascades attacker.
Yeah, it seems like things are coming to a head here where maybe the referee's going to start to get a little bit quicker on those calls.
Got about 10.5 minutes remaining in this one, as well as anything additional for that gets added. So a free kick here will be in and around the 25-yard line, albeit on a bit of a sharp angle, just where the ball is placed right on the far hash mark. Looks like Szymanski will take this one, as he has pretty much all day for Fraser Valley. Keeps it low, deflected there, and a smart play by Brzezinha to try and redirect it past Tapas, as he had to commit to his positioning, and Brzezinha maybe trying to redirect at last moment to kind of shift it away from him and put the final dagger in this one, but Brzezinha goes wide of the goal, and a break there for the Timberwolves.
I can't imagine how difficult that would be as a goalie when you get that quick deflection so close to the net.
Kim will take it ahead. It's intercepted though as Mayland, great speed, turns it upfield. Mayland's also been a factor for the Cascades, and now they cross it ahead, goes in a bunch of feet. Kicking it out of harm's way is Kim, and running after it here is Jordan. But the Cascades get to it first. Consiglio, ball high up in the air. Misses Mayland. Getting to it first is Jordan. He'll get around his man, Mayland. And he'll get it on the sidelines to his brother Josh. Josh redirected off the ball there, albeit legally, by Muter. And it comes back to Szymanski. Abe, far sidelines to Beckham Hatch. Bay will chase after it. Looked like he was out of play, and his momentum took him into the end zone. And that's going to be a goal kick here for Tapas. Shots on goal, 9-5 in this game. So it's been an up and down kind of a contest for the most part, but it's been the Cascades capitalizing a little bit more on their opportunities in this one as we enter the final 8+ minutes here in regulation. Kim's pass goes off the shin pad of a Cascades player. He's chased all the way back to the far sidelines, and it's going to come all the way back to Tapas. Tapas chips it to Beauvais. Beauvais to Talasuna. Kim slides it down. Hard after it here is Tate. Tate fresh off the bench. Twisting, turning. So nice to see him back in the contest here. Nice dad. Quick up here to Beauvais. Beauvais surveys the field, gets it back to Neistad. Now Talasuna. Long boot deflected there by the Cascades. Tate runs under it here. Ball still in play. Tate still finds a way to get to it. They look to redirect traffic. Back to Vanderen. Vanderen turns, can't shoot. Comes to Talasuna. Talasuna waits. Dipsy Doodles tries to turn and scoot, cannot. Now he's forced to go back into harm's way. And he'll go to the wing for Wildas Chan. Wildas Chan, watched there by two Cascades players, tries a bull rush up the middle, keeps it in play, kicks it in front, net is empty, header there by Vander, and he goes down Talasuna, and they call that against UNBC, and that's a tough one as Vander End again right in the middle of it, and I thought for sure that was going to go against Fraser Valley.
Yeah, that's a hard one when you're just getting that momentum and then the play is called.
Wow, it's amazing just how quiet it got all of a sudden.
I know, it feels so empty. Jeez Louise. I can have full coherent thoughts now.
Yeah, it's always a quick shock when it's been noisy all game, and in the last few minutes, it's like a library out here.
Yeah. I should have brought some study notes or something.
Long boot end over end as Kim will get it ahead to Antapas. One thing I've noticed here, and maybe you've noticed this too, Morgan, is that Vander End kind of started kind of on that back line or that center back role for UNBC, but it just seems like more of his speed and playmaking ability is a lot more utilized and showcased when he's up further into the play, and I think we're seeing that in recent weeks.
Yeah, once you get into that more midfield area, it can be such a quick, explosive movement. So definitely seeing him utilize that.
Fraser Valley making another quick change here as Isa Martinez checks in for Kevin Malin. Malin probably also one of the better players on the day here for the Cascades as his big frame and speed definitely shifting some transition rushes in the favor of the visitors today, and he helped set up that third goal by Brasilia, which has given them some much-needed breathing room here in the dying minutes. Nice stat back for Kim. Nice stat. Talasuna. Wildas Chan. Good speed. Back to Talasuna. Lyon. Back to Kim. Vander End. Now to Tate. Back to Kim. T-Wolves need to get it to the danger area of the field. Goes back across to Beauvais. Beauvais chips it in, looking for Talasuna. That's headed down. Lyon gets it back. He's neatly gets past two Cascade players, and he redirects traffic again. Lyon. Back to Jordan. Wildas Chan. Wildas Chan cuts into the middle. Back to Neistad. T-Wolves need a good shot here. Kim. Back to Vander End. Tries to chip it across to Tate. He was covered. Now comes to Neistad. Some miscommunication. Comes to Beauvais. Now he's got Tate onside. Tate, can he get there? Flag goes up though, and that's unfortunate. They had Tate in some space, and the linesman unfortunately whistles it down as the T-Wolves seem to have been cooking there and had the Cascades running around a little bit.
Mm-hmm. The Cascades are keeping a nice tight back line, so it's really hard to penetrate through.
Of course, the Cascades up by 2, just looking to chew up some time here as they send a long ball all the way down. Lyon. Talasuna. Now, I really like Talasuna's game here today as well. One of the main epicenters of the offensive attack by UNBC. Did get the penalty kick goal earlier on in this half as long boot and almost an own goal there on the Cascades as a back heel redirected right to D'Souza. He was already stretched out, and very lucky break there for Fraser Valley as I was just finishing up my thoughts on Talasuna's performance.
Yeah, that was an unexpected deflection there.
Hang on, Kim. Long boot down. Tate will give chase to it. He's neck and neck there with Muter, and Muter gets to their first, but the ref says Timberwolves ball, as it was Muter who cleared it away. Kim redirecting traffic. Long throw in deep, looking for a header. Talasuna tries to run under it, gets a piece of it, comes back to the middle. Tate jiggles past, looking for a kick. Now a boot, quick shot to Souza, the save in tight, and Jordan got a piece of it, but to Souza again, right place, right time for Fraser Valley. This first-year netminder has looked pretty composed here today.
Absolutely. He's had some sure hands and read some really well-placed balls.
Yanni with a bit of a soft chip there in tight quarters, gets it across Nystad. Van der End keeps it along the turf. Met there by a couple of Cascade players, and it's turned back to Sidhu. Cascade just looking to play it safe here. Szymanski gets it to the wing. He's looking for Brzezinha. Good back cover there by Brangvir Sidhu, as now Cascade just playing keep away here in the last moments, as now it's Beckham Hatch, who's played most of the second half. He's straddling line. Quick shot saved by Antapis. Nice boot there by Two and Green as he gets a nice look with some good real estate.
It seems speed has been such a valuable asset for this UFV team, and time again they're able just to try again at our net here.
So 3 minutes of stoppage time here, as time ticking away on the Timberwolves. So with a loss today and Trinity Western not on the pitch yet, they will drop to fourth spot in terms of the win percentage, as Jamie Wildass Chan will end his day. Coming onto the field will be Caden Young for UNBC, number 11 in white. Run up here by Kim. Nice that gets in the fray. Can't quite get the ball, as now Van der End is now back for it. He's in a foot race forward against Isa Martinez, and it finds its way back to Yanni and Tapas. Now Beauvais will come back the other way. Back to the middle. Didn't quite get all of it on that lead feet pass. It's turned over, and the Cascades in transition here. The sidelines it comes, it's Abe. Abe. Right along the flagpole, just killing time now as clock is the friend of the Cascades, up by a deuce, and he's trying to jar it loose here as Talasuna. Comes to Kim. Long boot all the way down in the vicinity of Tate. It's headed down nicely there by Szymanski. Quick kick here by the Cascades. Brzezinha has it one-on-one against Young. Brzezinha met there by Young. Good battle here by the youngsters. He tries to win body position on him, and Brzezinha kicks it out. It's going to be T-Wolves' ball. But a nice job there by Caden Young off the bench to give Brzezinha something to think about. And a hard tackle there as Lyon gives his man a bit of a boot. And
yeah, just a little bit of that frustration mounting, I believe.
Luckily, no card given here to Wyatt, at least not that we can see. And the ref's just going to call it right there. So the Fraser Valley Cascades will beat the UNBC Timberwolves by a 3-1 score here this afternoon, and will have to quickly rebound tomorrow at noon at Natselnik Day against this very same Fraser Valley team and maybe some final thoughts, Morgan, on what we saw this afternoon.
Well, just a really well-composed back line with some beautiful quick plays that made them look dangerous. So they have some good things going into tomorrow's game.
And if you're UNBC, it's just maybe that extra pass or maybe not getting enough room to thread the needle on some of those offensive passes. UNBC did look dangerous at times. They possessed the ball quite a bit in the Cascade zone, but were unable to finish on some of their opportunities.
That's exactly what happened today. And like I said, there were some good plays, but just that last critical part just wasn't in the cards today.
One final time, Cascades 3, T-Wolves 1 from my color commentator Morgan Hollick. This is Brendan Pauly wishing you a good afternoon here from Masich Place Stadium in Prince George.
Critical part just wasn't in the cards today.
One final time, Cascades 3, T-Wolves 1 from my color commentator Morgan Hollick. This is Brendan Pauly wishing you a good afternoon here from Masich Place Stadium in Prince George.